Question 1. A homeowner's policy under the HO3 special form typically covers damages to the dwelling on an open perils basis. Which of the following is not generally covered under this form? A. Damage from a falling tree. B. Damage from an earthquake. C. Damage from a fire. D. Damage from vandalism. Answer B. Damage from an earthquake. Explanation. The HO3 special form provides coverage on an open perils basis for the dwelling, which means it covers risks unless specifically excluded. However, damage from earthquakes is not covered under standard HO3 policies and usually requires a separate earthquake endorsement or policy. This is in line with common exclusions listed in homeowners insurance policies, as earthquakes are considered a catastrophic risk requiring specialized coverage. Question 2. Which of the following statements accurately describes the difference between replacement cost and actual cash value in a homeowner's insurance policy? A. Replacement cost is the amount it takes to repair or replace the damaged property without depreciation, while actual cash value includes depreciation. B. Replacement cost includes depreciation, while actual cash value is the amount it takes to repair or replace the damaged property without depreciation. C. Replacement cost only covers the market value of the property, whereas actual cash value is determined based on historical cost. D. Both replacement cost and actual cash value are calculated by subtracting the deductible from the total value of the property. Answer A. Replacement cost is the amount it takes to repair or replace the damaged property without depreciation, while actual cash value includes depreciation. Explanation. Replacement cost coverage reimburses the insured for the full cost of repairing or replacing damaged property without factoring in depreciation. In contrast, actual cash value (SCV) accounts for depreciation by reducing the payout based on the age and condition of the property at the time of loss. This distinction is crucial for understanding the level of coverage provided by different policy types and endorsements. Question 3, scenario-based. Mr. Davis recently experienced a severe water backup issue in his basement due to a sump pump failure. His HO3 special form policy does not include an endorsement for water backup coverage. What is the best course of action for Mr. Davis to take? A. Submit a claim under his standard policy and expect coverage for the water damage. B. Seek a separate water backup insurance policy for future coverage and consider paying for the damage out of pocket. C. Appeal to his insurer, arguing that the sump pump failure should be covered under his existing policy. D. Contact a lawyer to file a lawsuit against the insurer for not covering the water damage. Answer B. Seek a separate water backup insurance policy for future coverage and consider paying for the damage out of pocket. Explanation. Standard HO3 policies typically do not cover water damage resulting from sump pump failures unless a specific endorsement for water backup is added. Therefore, Mr. Davis should consider purchasing a separate water backup endorsement or policy to address similar risks in the future. Since the current damage is not covered under his existing policy, paying out of pocket for the current damage is the immediate solution. Seeking legal action or appealing without the proper endorsement is unlikely to be successful and may not be cost-effective. Question 4. Which of the following would typically be covered under the personal property use section, coverage C, of a homeowner's insurance policy? A. A vehicle that is regularly used for personal transportation. B. Business equipment used for a home-based business. C. Personal belongings such as clothing, furniture, and electronics. D. A shed located on the property used for storing tools. Answer C. Personal belongings such as clothing, furniture, and electronics. Explanation. Coverage C. Personal property under standard homeowners policy generally covers personal belongings like clothing, furniture, and electronics, regardless of where they are located. Vehicles are covered under auto insurance policies, and business equipment used for a home-based business may require a separate endorsement or policy. Structures such as sheds are typically covered under coverage B. Other structures, if used for purposes not related to business. Question 5. Under Kentucky law, which of the following is true about the insurer's responsibility when a claim is denied? A. The insurer must provide a written explanation within 30 days of the denial. B. The insurer must immediately pay the full amount of the claim within 10 days of denial. C. The insurer is not required to give any explanation for the claim denial. D. The insurer must provide a verbal explanation within 15 days of the denial. Answer A. The insurer must provide a written explanation within 30 days of the denial. Explanation. According to Kentucky insurance regulations, insurers are required to provide a written explanation for the denial of a claim within 30 days. This requirement ensures transparency and allows the policyholder to understand the basis for the denial and potentially contest it if necessary. Immediate payment or verbal explanations are not mandated by Kentucky law. Question 6. In a homeowner's insurance policy, which of the following endorsements is designed to provide coverage for items like jewelry, fine art, and collectibles? A. Water backup endorsement. B. Scheduled personal property endorsement. C. Identity theft protection endorsement. D. Business property endorsement. Answer. B. Scheduled personal property endorsement. Explanation. The scheduled personal property endorsement provides additional coverage for high-value items such as jewelry, fine art, and collectibles that may exceed the standard limit set by the basic policy. This endorsement specifically lists and covers these items, often against broader perils than the standard personal property coverage. Question 7. Which of the following best describes the loss of use coverage D under a homeowner's insurance policy? A. Coverage for repairs to the dwelling itself. B. Coverage for additional living expenses if the home is uninhabitable due to a covered loss. C. Coverage for damage to other structures on the property. D. Coverage for medical expenses incurred by others on the property. Answer. B. Coverage for additional living expenses if the home is uninhabitable due to a covered loss. Explanation. Loss of use coverage D provides reimbursement for additional living expenses incurred when a covered loss makes the insured dwelling uninhabitable. This coverage helps pay for temporary housing and other necessary expenses during the repair or replacement of the damaged home. Question 8. If Mr. Thompson's home insurance policy has a $1,000 deductible and he experiences $7,500 in covered damage, what is the amount he will receive from his insurer before any applicable depreciation? A. $6,500. B. $7,500. C. $1,000. D. $8,500. Answer A. $6,500. Explanation. With a $1,000 deductible and $7,500 in covered damage, the amount Mr. Thompson would receive from his insurer is calculated by subtracting the deductible from the total damage amount. Thus, the insurer would pay $7,500. $1,000 equals $1,500 before considering any depreciation or policy limits. Question 9. Which of the following perils is typically excluded from standard homeowners insurance policies and would require additional coverage? A. Damage from vandalism. B. Damage from a hurricane. C. Damage from a house fire. D. Damage from a burglary. Answer. B. Damage from a hurricane. Explanation. Standard homeowners insurance policies often exclude coverage for damage from hurricanes, requiring a separate hurricane or windstorm policy or endorsement. Coverage for vandalism, fire, and burglary is usually included under standard homeowners insurance policies. Question 10. Scenario-based MS. Rodriguez's home was severely damaged by a recent storm, which caused significant damage to her roof and some of her personal property. She has a HO5 comprehensive form policy with a $500 deductible. What should MS Rodriguez do to ensure she receives the maximum possible reimbursement for her claim? A. Immediately repair the roof and discard damaged personal property without documenting the damage. B. Report the loss to her insurer, document all damage with photographs, and keep receipts for temporary repairs and living expenses. C. Wait until the insurer's adjuster arrives before making any repairs or documenting the damage. D. Only report the damage to the dwelling and ignore the damage to personal property. Answer. B. Report the loss to her insurer, document all damage with photographs, and keep receipts for temporary repairs and living expenses. Explanation. To ensure maximum reimbursement, MS Rodriguez should report the loss to her insurer promptly and document all damage thoroughly with photographs. Keeping receipts for temporary repairs and living expenses is important for claiming additional living expenses under coverage D. Immediate repairs without documentation can lead to disputes about the extent of the damage, and ignoring personal property damage can reduce the total claim amount. Waiting for the adjuster before any action is not necessary if immediate actions are required for mitigation. Question 11. Under an HO3 special form policy, which of the following scenarios would generally be covered under the ladder structures? Coverage B, Section A. Damage to a detached garage used for business purposes. B. Damage to a swimming pool built into the home. C. Damage to a personal watercraft stored in the backyard. D. Damage to a gazebo used for family gatherings. Answer D. Damage to a gazebo used for family gatherings. Explanation. Coverage B, other structures, typically covers structures on the property that are not attached to the main dwelling and are used for personal purposes, such as a detached garage not used for business, a gazebo, or a shed. However, if the detached garage is used for business purposes, it might not be covered. Structures integrated into the home, such as built-in swimming pools and personal watercraft, are covered under different sections or may require separate policies. Question 12. Which of the following statements accurately describes the role of the Kentucky Department of Insurance in regulating home insurance policies? A. The Kentucky Department of Insurance sets the premiums for all home insurance policies in Kentucky. B. The Kentucky Department of Insurance reviews and approves insurance policy forms and rates and ensures compliance with state regulations. C. The Kentucky Department of Insurance provides direct insurance coverage to policyholders in Kentucky. D. The Kentucky Department of Insurance handles all individual insurance claims and disputes between insurers and policyholders. Answer. B. The Kentucky Department of Insurance reviews and approves insurance policy forms and rates and ensures compliance with state regulations. Explanation. The Kentucky Department of Insurance oversees the regulation of insurance policies in Kentucky by reviewing and approving policy forms and rates to ensure they comply with state regulations. It does not set premiums or handle individual claims and disputes directly. Question 13. Which of the following is a common exclusion in a standard homeowner's insurance policy that would require a separate endorsement or policy for coverage? A. Theft of personal property. B. Damage caused by fire. C. Loss due to flood. D. Damage from a fallen tree. Answer. C. Loss due to flood. Explanation. Flood damage is a common exclusion in standard homeowners insurance policies and typically requires a separate flood insurance policy or endorsement to be covered. Theft, fire, and damage from fallen trees are usually covered under standard policies. Question 14. In calculating actual cash value (SEV) for a damaged item, which of the following factors is considered a replacement cost of the item minus its depreciation? B. Original purchase price of the item. C. Market value of the item at the time of purchase. D. Cost of repairs only without considering depreciation. Answer A. Replacement cost of the item minus its depreciation. Explanation. Actual cash value is calculated as the replacement cost of the item minus depreciation, which reflects the item's decreased value due to age and wear. This method ensures that the payout is based on the item's current value rather than its original purchase price. Question 15. Which endorsement would typically be used to cover loss of personal data and related expenses due to identity theft? A. Personal property replacement cost endorsement. B. Identity theft protection endorsement. C. Water backup endorsement. D. Scheduled personal property endorsement. Answer. B. Identity theft protection endorsement. Explanation. The Identity Theft Protection Endorsement provides coverage for expenses related to the loss or theft of personal data, including legal fees and administrative costs to resolve identity theft issues. Other endorsements like the Personal Property Replacement Cost Endorsement or Water Backup Endorsement cover different types of risks. Question 16. A homeowner with a HOF5 comprehensive form policy wants to add coverage for a valuable art collection. Which of the following should the homeowner consider? A. Adding a personal property replacement cost endorsement. B. Adding a scheduled personal property endorsement. C. Purchasing an additional flood insurance policy. D. Requesting increased dwelling coverage. Answer. B. Adding a scheduled personal property endorsement. Explanation. For valuable items such as a high-value art collection, the homeowner should add a scheduled personal property endorsement. This endorsement specifically covers high-value items against broader perils and provides higher limits than the standard personal property coverage. Question 17. Which provision in a homeowner's insurance policy allows for increased protection against potential liabilities arising from injuries on the property? A. Personal property coverage. B. Medical payments to others, coverage F. C. Personal liability coverage, coverage E. D. Loss of use, coverage D. Answer. C. Personal liability coverage, coverage E. Explanation. Personal liability coverage, coverage E, provides protection against legal and financial responsibility for injuries or damages that occur on the property. This coverage helps with legal fees and settlements related to liability claims. Question 18. If a homeowner experiences damage from a covered peril and the insurance company provides a settlement based on actual cash value, which of the following actions can the homeowner take to potentially receive a higher payout? A. Request a higher deductible. B. Provide evidence of the item's replacement cost. C. Ignore depreciation estimates provided by the insurer. D. Delay submitting the claim to avoid depreciation. Answer B. Provide evidence of the item's replacement cost. Explanation. To potentially receive a higher payout, the homeowner can provide evidence of the replacement cost of the damaged item. This documentation can help in negotiating a higher settlement amount or converting the claim from actual cash value to replacement cost if the policy provides the option. Question 19. Green's insurance policy has an endorsement for water backup and sump overflow. Which of the following types of damage would be covered under this endorsement? A. Damage from a burst water pipe. B. Damage from a broken washing machine hose. C. Damage from a sewer backup. D. Damage from a rainstorm. Answer C. Damage from a sewer backup. Explanation. The water backup and sump overflow endorsement provides coverage specifically for damage resulting from sewer backups or some pump failures, which are not typically covered under standard policies. Damage from burst pipes or broken hoses usually falls under standard water damage coverage, and rainstorm damage is generally covered under the perils of the basic policy. Question 20, scenario-based. Mr. Adams discovers that his home has been damaged by a recent earthquake. His policy is an HO3 special form policy. What is the most appropriate action Mr. Adams should take regarding his claim day? File a claim under his HO3 policy, as it covers all perils, including earthquakes. B. Contact the insurer to confirm that earthquake damage is covered and file a claim if necessary. C. Assume the damage is not covered and seek compensation from a federal disaster relief program. D. Immediately start repairs and hope that the insurer will cover the costs later. Answer B. Contact the insurer to confirm that earthquake damage is covered and file a claim if necessary. Explanation. Standard HO3 policies typically exclude earthquake damage, so Mr. Adams should first contact his insurer to confirm whether earthquake damage is covered or if a separate endorsement or policy is required. Filing a claim without confirming coverage could lead to a denial. Seeking federal relief is an option only if private insurance coverage is unavailable or insufficient. Immediate repairs without proper documentation can affect the claim process. Question 21. Which type of homeowner's insurance policy provides the broadest level of coverage for personal property? A. HO1 basic form. B. HO2 broad form. C. HO3 special form. D. HO5 comprehensive form. Answer D. HO5 comprehensive form. Explanation. The HO5 comprehensive form provides the broadest level of coverage for personal property, covering a wide range of perils on an open perils basis, which means it covers all risks except those specifically excluded. The HO1 and HO2 policies offer more limited coverage, and the HO3 policy is a special form that covers named perils for personal property. Question 22. Which endorsement would be most appropriate for a homeowner who operates a small business out of their home and needs coverage for business equipment? A. Personal property replacement cost endorsement. B. Business property endorsement. C. Scheduled personal property endorsement. D. Water backup endorsement. Answer B. Business property endorsement. Explanation. The business property endorsement is specifically designed to cover business equipment and related property used in a home-based business. The other endorsements, such as personal property replacement cost and scheduled personal property, provide coverage for personal property but do not specifically address business-related risks. Question 23. If a homeowner's policy includes a replacement cost endorsement, what is the key benefit provided by this endorsement? A. It provides coverage for the actual cash value of personal property only. B. It reimburses the policyholder for the cost to replace damaged property without subtracting depreciation. C. It covers the cost of repairs to the dwelling only. D. It allows the policyholder to replace personal property at market value. Answer B. It reimburses the policyholder for the cost to replace damaged property without subtracting depreciation. Explanation. A replacement cost endorsement allows for reimbursement of the cost to replace damaged property with new items of like kind and quality without accounting for depreciation. This endorsement ensures that the policyholder receives the full cost of replacing their property rather than just its depreciated value. Question 24. Under Kentucky law, which of the following is a required disclosure that must be made to homeowners when an insurance policy is issued? A. The insurer's financial stability rating. B. The right to cancel the policy within a specified period. C. The name of the insurance agent handling the policy. D. The exact premium amount due each month. Answer: B. The right to cancel the policy within a specified period. Explanation: Kentucky law requires insurers to disclose the policyholder's right to cancel the policy within a specified period, typically referred to as the free look period. This allows policyholders to review the policy terms and cancel if they are dissatisfied. Other disclosures, such as financial stability ratings or agent names, are not specifically mandated by Kentucky law. Question 25. Which of the following is typically excluded from coverage under a standard homeowner's insurance policy but may be covered with a separate policy or endorsement? A. Damage from fire. B. Theft of personal property. C. Loss due to earthquake. D. Water damage from a burst pipe. Answer: C. Loss due to earthquake. Explanation: Earthquake damage is typically excluded from standard homeowners insurance policies and requires a separate earthquake insurance policy or endorsement. Coverage for fire, theft, and water damage from burst pipes is usually included in standard homeowners insurance policies. Question 26. A homeowner's policy includes a scheduled personal property endorsement. Which of the following scenarios would this endorsement specifically benefit? A. Coverage for personal property like furniture and electronics. B. Additional protection for high-value items like jewelry and art. C. Increased dwelling coverage for structural repairs. D. Coverage for damage to a detached garage. Answer: B. Additional protection for high-value items like jewelry and art. Explanation: The scheduled personal property endorsement provides additional protection for high-value items such as jewelry, art, and collectibles by specifying coverage limits and potentially broader protection. It is not intended for standard personal property like furniture or electronics, dwelling coverage, or other structures. Question 27. If Mr. Lee's home is rendered uninhabitable due to a fire, which part of his homeowner's insurance policy would cover the cost of temporary housing and additional living expenses? A. Personal liability coverage, coverage E. B. Medical payments to others, coverage F. C. Loss of use, coverage D. D. Other structures, coverage B. Answer: C. Loss of use, coverage D. Explanation: Loss of use, coverage D, covers additional living expenses and temporary housing costs when the insured home becomes uninhabitable due to a covered loss such as a fire. Personal liability coverage, medical payments to others, and other structures do not cover temporary housing or living expenses. Question 28. Which of the following actions would be considered fraud and could potentially result in denial of a homeowner's insurance claim? A. Overestimating the value of damaged personal property. B. Documenting all damage with photographs. C. Providing accurate information about the cause of the damage. D. Reporting the loss promptly to the insurer. Answer: A. Overestimating the value of damaged personal property. Explanation: Overestimating the value of damaged personal property constitutes fraud, which can lead to denial of the claim and potential legal consequences. Accurate documentation, timely reporting, and truthful information are necessary to ensure a valid and fair claims process. Question 29. When assessing the value of personal property for insurance purposes, which method provides a more accurate estimate for compensation after a loss? A. Market value. B. Replacement cost. C. Actual cash value. D. Depreciated value. Answer: B. Replacement cost. Explanation: Replacement cost provides a more accurate estimate for compensation after loss by covering the cost to replace damaged items with new items of like kind and quality, without accounting for depreciation. Actual cash value and depreciated value consider depreciation and may not fully cover the cost of replacement. Question 30. Scenario-based. Mr. Jenkins has a standard homeowner's insurance policy that excludes earthquake damage. Following a recent earthquake, Mr. Jenkins notices significant structural damage to his home. What is the most appropriate course of action for Mr. Jenkins to take? A. File a claim under his standard homeowner's insurance policy for earthquake damage. B. Seek compensation through federal disaster relief programs if available. C. Contact his insurance company to discuss possible endorsements that might cover the damage. D. Immediately begin repairs to the damaged structure and hope that the insurance company will later cover the costs. Answer: B. Seek compensation through federal disaster relief programs if available. Explanation. Since Mr. Jenkins' standard homeowners insurance policy excludes earthquake damage, he should seek compensation through federal disaster relief programs if they are available and applicable. Filing a claim under a policy that excludes the damage is unlikely to be successful, and contacting the insurance company about endorsements is not applicable in this situation. Immediate repairs without proper documentation may affect the ability to claim compensation later.